What's up, Travel Chronicles? We're chapter 89, 88, somewhere around there. I figured I better do this early this morning because you can see out the back there, it's white. Pretty heavy snow got put down. I think they were calling for like 6 to 9 inches. No, nothing. It's like, I think like we were supposed to get like 6. New Martinsville, that area was supposed to get around 9 inches of snow, and it's pretty legit, right? And it's the kind of heavy wet snow that just coats everything. So like everything is just white outside. But I got a feeling by the time I get to West Virginia, the roads are going to be garbage. So that being said, I figured out why I was so upset about the Phosphorus comments earlier this week. And I went back and I looked at the text again just to see if I was justified in that. And I was, because the original question was someone asking if they should put together a snack list for their team, to have people bring snacks after games. I was like, you can ask them. There may be some people that don't want to do it. But I would just, tell everybody that brings something, just make sure that it's prepackaged, like not made at their house, where they're not making cookies or cutting up apples or something and putting in bags and handing out the kids. And the only reason for that is because that's kind of like the guideline of the state right now. And any concession stand, any event where you're, trying to sell food or give food to people who are there, it has to be prepackaged. You can't just buy a pizza, cut it up, and hand it out. That's not an option. You can buy pepperoni rolls that are wrapped from wherever and sell those, but that was about it for hot food. You can't bring a crock pot of something. You can't have sloppy Joe mix sitting there. You can't do that right now. And I understand they don't want you doing the extra step of handling this food and putting people at risk. I get it. So that was the comment for the prepackaged food. Then off the top rope, I'm going to call it I got top roped. Okay, and I don't know if that's a phrase or not, but that's what it felt like. Somebody came in with a flying elbow and was like, "Oh, prepackaged foods are bad because they have phosphorus." Like, okay, well now I have to defend myself. Like that wasn't even a solicited comment about what's in prepackaged foods. It's like that's just how things are being handled right now because of coronavirus. And somebody who's so worried about what kind of chemical you're putting in your body is one of the people who refuses to wear masks. And it's like, what? Like, what's the dichotomy here? It's like, oh, we got to protect ourselves. We got to worry about, okay, are you wearing a mask? Oh, no, I'm not doing that. And I just know my challenge next is going to be how to communicate with this person. And I dread it because, I don't like competition. I'm a non-competitional person. I don't like it. People can have their ideas. It's cool. There's no reason to get mad or upset about having ideas. And I know he's just going to come get in my face about it and be like, oh, hey, you know what I was saying? Like, I don't know why people jumped all over me because it's like, dude, because nobody asked. Nobody asked about whether prepackaged foods were good for you or not. Like, that wasn't the question. The question was like, can we do this for our teams? And like one of the other directors, like, all right, I'm going to exit the chat because this conversation is going way off the rails. And it did. And it was completely justified. But that's what got me. I got top roped. So that's why I've been thinking, that's why I've been upset, because I did look at multiple sites after that, because I needed to do my research, not just a quick wiki search. That's what I got called out on, doing a quick wiki search. Which is where I go to first, Wikipedia. But there's a lot of good information in there. Sorry. Like, if you want to know something, like, that's the place to go first, because there's a consolidation of information there. You can just weed through stuff so quick. Like when I was in high school, there was no Wikipedia. All right, so when you're going to do research paper, the first place you went was the encyclopedias at the library. That was the first thing, and you go through like multiple encyclopedias to try to figure out, stuff you're trying to find out about your subject matter. Then you'd go into specific books or look for articles or something else about whatever you were, if you were writing a paper or something and you're doing your research, then you'd go to that stuff. But the first thing you did, you go to the encyclopedia. Well, we have this online encyclopedia. Wikipedia is taken over, and there's a mass consolidation of information. And it's usually, researched, annotated, referenced, whatever you want to say. It's not just people spouting off at the mouth about stuff. So, that's definitely the first place to go. And if there's any, random article or something new that comes up, sometimes it gets updated, fairly quickly. And this thing about trisodium phosphate was like, well, some people are using it as a sports enhancer. I was like, there you go. Like, I don't want to say you're completely debunked, but you got some people out here who's like, I'm drinking this stuff like Gatorade. And he's like, no. One, your body needs sodium. Your body needs potassium. Your body needs phosphorus. It's like there are certain elements your body needs in order to function. The complex chemistry that goes on in your body, it needs certain things. It's like if you start severely restricting the intake, and when I say like people 1800, 1900s, like these people were probably pretty malnourished. Especially certain aspects of the diet, certain aspects of the body chemistry. Now, is that what's going on with all the wackadoos out there today? That the body chemistry is all whacked out because they're eating processed foods and junk and garbage, and they have no organics in them? Well, possibly. But we can't say that. We just want to throw another drug in there, right? We got to prescribe them something else to counter all that stuff. So, West Virginia's roads aren't horrible. I think they figured out how to operate the snowplow finally. They didn't yesterday at 4 o'clock. I'm not sure where I was going there. Talking about the body chemistry being messed up. But I know what I was saying. I'm just not sure where I was going. Oh, yeah, we need certain things. So, like, maybe there's more available now. We're able to be better balanced than what we were before, even. And that includes, like, people just living off the land. 150 years ago, that's all it was. Like, there wasn't processed food. That wasn't an option. It's like you either had to hunt or have, cattle or chicken or, something at your farm or a local farm or somewhere you can go and buy that stuff fresh, or you grew a garden and stuff, and then when they started processing stuff and packing the stuff, and then that's when you've seen, I think, the cities really explode, these urban centers, because now you don't need to grow anything. Somebody else is doing that, and they're making money. That's our socioeconomic system right now. Is you have certain people doing certain things and specializing, and they don't worry about other random stuff. That's just how it is. Is that good? Probably not. Like this pandemic where people couldn't get out, certain people couldn't go to work, and they were shutting certain places down. Now you're taking away that specialization for certain things. And once you start getting into the food markets, or that food line of growth and manufacture, packaging, supply. Once you start disrupting that, now you're taking away people's opportunities to eat, and that's where your society collapses. So, to me, this pandemic was a good test. How ready are you? How long could you survive if you had to? What's your exit plan? But now we've gone completely off topic, which is fine. Maybe I'll save that for another one. We've all got like 11 left or 10 left, so got to make them count. This was just kind of a daily rant, just kind of talk myself through it. Because I came to that realization there yesterday. After looking back through the comments, and then somebody else was like, well, the guy who made the comment was like, all I've gotten was corrected and disrespected. And it's like, dude, you disrespected the very first comment when you came in like that off the top rope. That's where the disrespect started. It didn't start with somebody disrespecting you. You disrespected the chat because you didn't answer the question. You talked about something else that was tangential. And you know, I don't know if you're trying to tear me down or what, but you can't come at somebody like that and then say you were disrespected. That does not work. You know, I'm just rehearsing this for myself so I can say it later. See how it goes. Brian, if you're watching this, this is what it took to talk myself up to that. Because that's how much I hate confrontation, people being like that. That's how much I hate it. Not that I hate the words, I hate dealing with it. People can think whatever they want to think and do whatever they want. Fine, just leave me alone. Right? If somebody asks me a question, I'm going to give them an answer, which is what happened. And then, wham! Whoa, where did that come from? Well, now you're disrespecting. That's like Randy Macho Man Savage coming in, delivering the flying elbow to Hulk in the back, and then going, Hulk, you're disrespecting me. It's like, dude. Really what happened was I tried to jump off the top rope, and I turned around and grabbed the elbow, wham, threw him into the ground. Reason and logic. It's reason and logic are tough opponents. Some people want to battle through them. Give them everything they got. I'm not settling for that. All right. On positive COVID news, the hospital capacity or cases, people hospitalizations were down from the 1st to the 13th of December. I haven't looked at them lately. And the ICU beds were also down. Not publicizing that, or not tweeting about that, about how well we're doing. It's all doom and gloom and all, we got to be vigilant here during the holidays. It's like, hey, if we make it to January, people aren't going to want to be around other people anyway. So we got plenty of room right now. Let them have at it for 2 more weeks and people are going to be done. About ready to be done. All right. Be careful. See you later. Stay COVID free and phosphorus free.